Hello guys, welcome to my video. This is video number 4, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create your database name test. Previous videos I've shown you how to create a database test 1 and 2 and how to drop it. So now we're going to go ahead and continue creating our database, and now you just type in, as you can see here, all you have to do is to type in use master, go, create, create database test and run it. And once you run it, you would get a message that would say command completed successfully. And once you do that, that means that you've created your database. So now I just wanted to cover because we're gonna go ahead and create table. You need to know a few things when you're creating tables. So now here, as you can see, what is int? So when you create a table, you would need to identify data type. So how we do that is when we have numbers like IDs, with something that is an integer, we need to identify it as int. And that's pretty much means integer, but in short, that's what we need to type in. And another one is VARCHAR, and VARCHAR is a short for variable character, and it holds numbers, letters, and special characters. So you mainly use it when you wanted to create names, anything that includes numbers, letters, even phone numbers. You can use a variable character or varchar to do so. Another one you would see is NVARCHAR, and that can hold up to 4,000 characters. And right now we don't have to worry about NVARCHAR because we're just going to use these two for now, int and varchar for now, to create our basic table. So the next one is I wanted to cover char, and this one is it's just a fixed string data, and it only uses a variable. So like if you wanted to, if the data length is always the same, such as a state, if you wanted to have, like, for, let's say, if you live in Illinois, IL, you want to store that, and you can use CHAR. And now we're just going to move on and create our first table. To create a table, this is what our coding would look like. Since we are using tests to create our table, then we're going to have to type use test and go create table. And we're going to name our table student because we want it to just, let's say we wanted to register students to our classroom. So for student table, we need a student ID, like I explained earlier. Int is how you identify what kind of data you're holding in this under student ID. So we want numbers, so we use int. And the first name is varchar, which, it's a length of 50. So another thing is that these brackets and numbers you see, that would mean that the whatever data we're holding, that's the number of characters it can hold. So for this, first name is not going to be more than 50 normally. So we'll just put 50 for now. And the same thing with last name. Varchar is what we need to use, and we're going to be using 50 for length. And for phone number, since it has the dashes in between the phone numbers, we wanted to use varchar, which is going to be including the characters within the number. So this is how it looks like, and you would highlight it and execute. Once you execute, because I wasn't logged on, go create table student and brackets, and then you would have to include student ID, int, comma, first name, VARCHAR, and in parentheses you put 50. It can be 40, whatever you feel like. You can just experiment with these numbers. And then for the same thing you do with, don't forget the commas, because it wouldn't run if you omit a comma here. You do it like this. So it's best to arrange your queries like this so that you'll be able to see that you're not missing anything. So student ID, int, and go on first name, last name, and phone number. And once you're done, just highlight and execute. And as you see, you'll get a message down here in the message box. It would tell you command completely successful, which means that you have created your first table named student. So to locate this table, you would need to go to your database folder right here on your left. Click on that. And you have to find your database. Have to refresh. If you can't see it there, just refresh it. Should show up. Okay, test is the database we're looking for. Click on that. And once you click on that, let me kind of so you can see better. All right, so if you can see here, this is my database, test, and just the second folder would tell you tables, the folder that says tables. Click on that. And it's expanding and it would open up. And do you see the DBO dot student? That's the table we created. We just created this table, and this is where you find it. Right now, our table, as you can see here, it has no rows because it doesn't have any data yet. So the next video, I'm going to show you how to insert data into your table. How, for this exercise, we're going to try to register our names. In this field, we'll just give ourselves a student ID and first name, last name, phone number, and then, we'll have at least one row when we run it. So I'll show you how to do insert and values statement, how to write a query for that in the next video. Thank you for watching.